Prince, that's how a father says he'll remember his son, 14-year-old Claude Hodges Jr. Police say he was shot and killed by his mother, Kylie Hodges. The teen was found in a bedroom by police early Monday morning after an hours-long standoff between SWAT and Kylie Hodges. New at 6, 12 News reporter Sean Logging talked to the family, still trying to process why.
Mike, Claude Hodges Jr., known as C to his family, was a freshman at Northwest High School on the wrestling team and known for his love, smile, and care. His father tells me it is family and faith helping to keep him standing. He says Friday was the last time he saw and spoke with his son. Now he's focused on C's memory.
Give us a piece of joy, Father, that my son had in him.
Holding each other tight is a source of strength for Claude Hodges Sr.
He could smile and it'd be as bright as the sun is on us today.
That smile of Claude Hodges Jr., C to his family, key to the memory this 14-year-old leaves behind.
Just a genuine, happy, loving, awesome prince. He was everything that you would want in a son.
A son and a prince, Claude Sr. says, was destined for greatness.
What kid tells their dad that they're going to buy a plot of land and we're going to build houses on it, Dad, and so I can take care of you?
Sunday afternoon, Claude Sr. went to meet and pick up his son from his ex-wife, Kylie Hodges, but they never showed. After no response from calls and texts, he called police to do a welfare check.
And we waited. They came to my house at 3:30 a.m.
Wichita police say it's believed Kylie Hodges shot and killed her son.
He brought light to this dark world that we live in. And the darkness that is surrounding us right now, I believe he's the light right now on me.
As Claude Sr. stands by the fishing pond where he spent so much time with C, surrounded by his wife, Leonette, and family.
You wrestle, you're about to pin somebody, they yell, squeeze. You go home and squeeze your children. Squeeze the people that you love.
In that closeness, it is love when it's needed the most.
Amen.
Amen. The family has set up a GoFundMe to help raise money for the funeral costs. We have a link to that on the KWCH News app.